really, I used the word just in the last question, charter. What's the charter that you've got for your particular advisory board? Okay, if you're a small, medium-sized business, the charter is to sort of act as almost a proto board of directors with no fiduciary duties and all the stuff that I was talking about. If, for example, you've got a customer advisory board, or if you're an educational institution, an alumni advisory board, well, guess what? The alumni advisory boards are all about fundraising, right? That's what they're all about. Okay. A customer advisory board is a mechanism to pull, feedback so that you could put that back into the system. It's used for product development. Okay. It's used as almost a focus group for, market research style. Okay. It may be also used for, I don't want to say business development purposes, because you can say, well, we're going to get people on an advisory board, then we're going to sell to them. Okay, that'll never work out well. Okay, there's got to be something for them. So as customers, what are you going to give them? So for example, it might be early access. It might be to products or services. It may be a discounted beta partner, okay, on something that you want to, shake the problems out of. It may be a tour of the factory, or some time with an engineer, or somebody who's actually involved that normally they would never get access to. Okay, so you could think about, David, the kinds of things that would make more sense in your particular case, but it's defining what that charter is at the very beginning, the purpose of it, that'll help you determine who that you want on it, okay, and what their role and also their agenda as well, and determine what's in it for them. Also, add one other thing. When it comes to customer or client advisory boards, there's a concept in marketing strategy called personas. The idea of being able to put together a demographic, psychographic profile of a particular type of customer group, and then you aim your work towards each of these. Most businesses have more than one persona. So one of the things that you might consider doing is actually having a large customer advisory group separate from the small customer or the early stage or whatever it is. Okay. If there's a massive difference in your geographies, you sell into North America, but you also sell into, say, Japan. You might have a Japanese customer advisory group as well as a North American one, right? So it all goes down to what you want to get out of it, okay? And that sort of helps figure that out. It's a good question.
Can I add to that, or add to the
Yeah.
question? When David, you said, can you have customers on the advisory board? When I think of an advisory board, Randall, I'm thinking of like a lot of transparency. They're seeing all the fires in the kitchen. And my question is that sort of what you want your customers to see? I sort of like the way Randall, I mean, I don't know if David, you meant having it as like having people to be your focus group and maybe honoring them with this title of being on a board, but I can't imagine wanting to get
I
feedback
think
from my customers, how to do my job and how to lead my team.
so. So you're absolutely right, Rania. I mean, you're absolutely right. But let's face it, if, for example, David's or anybody's company is what, the people who are going to run this is the chief revenue officer, okay, and you're using the board to help co-develop, okay, or co-create something, or help you figure out a whole bunch. There may be a lot more openness as opposed to glorified focus group. On the other hand, you could use the same term exactly as you said, exactly with the let's honor them with the title, but really it's just a focus group,
Yeah.
right? So it really can be everything. Obviously, if you're the CEO, what you're talking about in this very rarefied little chamber is going to be very different than if you're much further down the organization, or if it's a functionally driven advisory board for that purpose. So